How's it going, everybody? My name is Asbiel, and I'm the Guildmaster of the Guild of Legends, located in the heart of the multiverse. And while everyone else is busy checking out the Game Awards, we're getting back into Minecraft on the HiVECORE server. I figure perfect opportunity, uh, since no one else is around to work on the tavern build that we started previously. Uh, Instead, I will work on finishing up the uh, the Atlan Grove, um, the buildings at the Atlan Grove, because I got the lumber mill and the office kind of break room building all sorted out already. But in doing so, realized that I needed to move the wood storage building. So that is what I'm gonna work on today. I'm struggling with my words. Nothing sounds right. Um, there's also potential for some technical difficulties with the server connection. So, uh, if that ends up becoming too much to deal with, we'll just go ahead and find something else to do. But for now, it seems to be holding stable well enough, so we're not going to be too worried. All right. So already I have plotted out the area that the wood storage building will go into. It's going to fit right here, nestled between the grove itself and the office building. Uh, the little yard in the front of it is going to start around here. So the actual door should be about in line with the wood storage building. If it's not, we can always push this out a block or two if we need to. But I don't know if we will. Let's see. The door itself is here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between the door and there. Here, the door is here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so actually the way I have it set up is the lumber building uh, would have its door actually a little bit ahead of this building. So maybe we'll change that. Because I do like the idea of having them in line in some way. So we'll just drive the reference points each back one space, and it looks like that should do the trick. Oh, you know what? Actually, these reference points are probably set in such a way. I think I already planned for this. Because I'm not going to be placing the entire build is going to be set in between these, not including their spaces. So the building should fit from here to that corner there, um, which would mean actually that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I've already sorted this out. Now, one thing I need for this, um, there's definitely going to be changes that happen to these buildings, but I am getting kind of the main design of the structure. Any changes I do are mostly going to be replacing materials. So like I might change out the cobblestone that is used on these buildings for stone bricks or something later on. The wood storage building, with the exception of the use of two kinds of wood, just like right up against each other, I don't like how that looks, especially up there where it's just like that entire space is useless. I'm gonna bring the roof down. Um, but yeah, I don't like how it goes from spruce to I think birch or something. Here we're using oak and I think it was dark oak. Nope, spruce. So we're using oak and spruce there. Um, and I think this is spruce planks. So yeah. Uh, I do like how the spruce looks. So I might replace all the oak in this building with spruce. And at some point, I'm definitely going to replace the roof because it matches in color too much to the logs for my liking. Um, I might also set this up with a more similar construction to the main office building at some point to try to make them match a little bit better, but I'm not going to bother with that just yet. Right now, what we're doing is we're just more or less going to replace it one to one. Maybe we'll bring the roof down in the process. Um, I think what I'm thinking I might do is I might leave these little overhangs over the windows. I kind of like how this situation looks. I'm not super big on that transition. Um, Actually, I might get rid of that overhang entirely and just have the roof start, that block start there. That might be what I do. We'll see. But all of that will come later. Again, I think I'm repeating myself at this point. Um, I have a habit of doing that. Which is why I write out and script so much stuff when I'm playing D&D, because otherwise I will get rambling on a tangent. Cookie is now following. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Fix up this path here. I wish there was a smoother way to get rid of paths without just having to fully replace the blocks like that. If there is, and I'm just not aware of it, well, that's on me. Oh, I just thought about this. If I have this road going down here, I don't know if it would definitely be a lot easier to connect to Cat City from down here on this road than having that road curve around. I think that might be well, but it would be weird if maybe I'll just have a circuit around this building here. So I'll have the road kind of curve around that way and also have a path that goes from there. That might be the way to go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring up my plans for the wood storage building. Kind of wanted to follow before I go to sleep, so I'm sorry if I go again. It's 3 a.m. I need to wake up in 2 or 3 hours. You definitely need to sleep then. No worries. That is not much time at all to sleep, so get right to it. Okay, got my schematic. Got my thoughts in my head about what I need to do, roughly. Shoot, you know what? I'm just gonna tear the whole thing down first. What I was thinking initially is I would just take some bits, build some bits, take some bits, build some bits, but that's... I've already got the schematic up anyway, so it's just going to be more work trying to keep things straight if I do it that way. So what we'll do is... Did sleep, that was 8 p.m. till 12 because the alarm woke me up. Oh boy. Well, you absolutely do whatever you need to do. But again, I absolutely appreciate the follow, so thank you for that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw all of the storage stuff over here. Let's take all the materials and everything for the time being. Just start chucking it in the bin. You do see there's some fellas over there who are looking to stir up trouble, so maybe I'll see if I can get a dragon to sleep. All right. Dragon, by the way, the incredible space guy that I was just talking to in game is another again, I'm struggling with words right now. He's another one of our HiVECORE buddies, sort of the orchestrator of the whole project. So you should definitely check him out over on YouTube. Yasuhiro0088, which I believe he should be linked in on my Twitch page. If you scroll down to the collaborators section there, you should find Dragon Durant along with all the other incredible Project HiVECORE people. For now, we're just going to dump everything into a single box. We're not too concerned about sorting it until it's back in the storage building. Okay, I thought for a second this was like on a grid or something. Hold on. Did I just hear a villager? Oh, okay, he's a trader. I was like, there's no way there's just a random villager here all of a sudden. All right. Break down the lights. I'm gonna have to make sure I have scaffolding with me. I might have left that back at my house, which is a little ways away from the Grove, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna have to go and grab all that. I'm going to go ahead and put all this charcoal and sticks in here. Because this is sort of the actual storage. This is going to be my building materials. I might be able to get by without getting my scaffolding. I'm gonna have to kind of remember the changes I made. I mean, it wasn't any incredible change. It just shifted around a window. But I need to make sure I remember to do that again when I'm rebuilding it, so I don't have to go back in and change it after the fact. Because for the way that we have the grove laid out, we have 6 plots of trees. That is 1 for each type of standard tree. It doesn't account for the mangrove trees because those grow in some sort of funky way that would not exactly fit in the grove. Give me one moment. I want to double check on something real quick. Got a little bit of a storm rolling through my area, so I wasn't expecting to hear some thunder. But it looks like it shouldn't be any trouble at all. Alright, what was I saying? It probably wasn't anything important. These guys just posting up in my place. Unfortunately, being located in the heart of the multiverse, get some crazy weather out here sometimes. Alright. Yeah, let's tear down all of this stone first. So the less I have to switch tools, the better. Just kind of keep things moving a little bit. It is worth noting that I don't really have any plan to be terribly doing anything terribly exciting or groundbreaking or new with this stream, but that's kind of been most of my Minecraft streams. Just kind of relaxing and settling in with a project, working towards it until we're done. So that is the plan. Now I'm going to have to start kind of digging upward. Not digging, deconstructing, I guess. Because I will need to get to the roof. Because it'll be... Well, that's not exactly how I meant to do that, but it works. It'd be easier to tear it down from the top. Alright, and I'm just going to go collect this stuff so I don't forget it and lose it. Not that it's anything incredibly valuable, but lost materials are never a good thing. Start stowing things. Alright, and as I placed that wrong, kind of got in the way there. Alright, now we can start tearing down this roof proper. I think whatever I settle on for roofing material for the other building, I'll end up using for this one as well whenever I get it decided. I haven't thought about it in the slightest, but now that I am, there's probably a handful of materials I could use. I mean, obviously, I could always go with a different type of wood. You know, there's 6 different of these standard trees, plus, you know, if mangrove has its own variety of wood, then there's that as well. I'm not sure if it does. I truly don't know anything about the mangrove trees because I feel like they must have been added in relatively recently. Recently enough that it's not something that I've ever really interacted with, at the very least. Then there's always the nether trees as well. I know Meg has made a lot of use of nether materials over at Cat City, so that is certainly always an option. Something to consider for our project here. Do a lap around here, see if there's any fallen materials. All right. Place that with wood so that I can just stick to a single tool. Now that there's only wood left in the construction. I think what we'll be able to do is just kind of chop across the way here, and then we'll loop around and from the other side pick up anything that's left. This game is very light on the music. You'd think they might have it going more regularly, but it seems like it only pops in, you know, and plays a tune for, you know, a couple of minutes every, like, I don't know, hour or so. That's what it feels like, at least. I don't know if, what the actual specifics to, how much music plays in this game are or anything like that, but that's not too important anyway. It just definitely doesn't feel like much. Alright. Just about done with the deconstruction portion of our project here. Kind of sorry to see it go, even though I know we're going to be building it right back up again, just because it is the largest and most complex of the buildings here. And just the process of undoing the work that went into it is a shame. But, you know, I think from the beginning, I had the idea of doing it closer, but for some reason, I don't remember why I set it this far out. But it ended up that way, and because of that, I would have ended up with all my buildings a weird distance away from the actual grove. And I didn't want that. I just realized something. I don't think I ever built the water wheel on the mill. I don't know what made me think about that, but I was just thinking, and I'm pretty sure I didn't ever do that part. I was going to save it to the end, as opposed to doing it, you know, whoops, wrong area, wrong chest. Yeah, I remember my plan with the mill was to do the water wheel last, and I think I've just forgot to once I got everything else built. Again, I don't remember, I don't know what made me think about it, but yeah, here we are with a mill with no wheel. So we're gonna have to get around to fixing that at some point, because it, you know, it'll look a lot better with that included, especially since it is intended to be there. Kind of wish you could make dirt stairs. I know the idea of loose dirt being packed in the stairs, you know, might seem a little weird. Packed dirt being in the shape of stairs isn't too crazy, but point is, it would be really nice to be able to just have natural dirt stairs when you have a dirt path, just like a smooth incline of a hill, as opposed to, you know, the tiered level. But it is what it is. All right, now let me check out my schematic here and figure out what I need to do. All right. Oh, I'm gonna need to finish the water on the fountain at some point. And I think, again, I don't think I want to do that on stream because I think it'll be just a really tedious process, and I don't think that'll make for good stream content. But I'll get to it someday and eventually get that scaffolding off of there. Now I think before we get to the building process, I do want to go get scaffolding just in case, because that helps out a whole lot when you're building things. Now, an interesting thing to think about is that over at Atlan Grove, which, by the way, if you're unfamiliar, is named after a location in the sci-fi D&D stream run by Dragon Durant. That includes myself as a player, as well as a number of other incredible players. It is named after a location in that stream, Horizon Exploration, which you can find on Dragon Durant's YouTube channel, which is currently on hiatus, but we will be getting back to streaming, I believe, in the new year. Don't quote me on exactly when or anything, because I'm not going to say it anyway, because I don't know off the top of my head. But I believe good number of sessions in so far. You know, we run 2-hour sessions, roughly. Is it 2 hour? I think it's, yeah, roughly a 2-hour session. Might be a little bit longer. It's been a little bit since we've played, so trying to just remember off the top of my head, and you know, I don't clock it out when we are in the sessions or anything, so I don't really think about it too much. But you can check out the VODs of those streams on Dragon Durant's YouTube channel. And you know, we are as much as we play the video games on this channel, we are D&D focused as well. And I know I haven't made much effort for it, but we will be looking to get into that type of content a little bit more in the new year as well. So stay tuned for that if you are interested in tabletop RPGs. All right, I've got my building materials. I've got my scaffolding. I think we're about good to go. I really wish I had a sort button in this. I got so used to that playing modded Minecraft and playing Starbound and stuff, but it's just a shame not having it. Okay, it's also worth noting that the wood storage building doesn't actually come over this far. It's a bit narrower of a building. There is a section of the yard around it intended to be used for exterior wood storage, basically just kind of decorating the place with some extra logs and stuff tied down outside, which I plan to do with a little bit of representation of all the different wood types, just to make the place look all nice and properly atmospheric and you know, looking real pretty. My words are failing me, as I've mentioned a couple times, but you know, is what it is. So we're gonna start with some stone bricks. We're gonna build this little fenced-in area. And then from here we've got some wood. And again, just as a reminder, even though I've talked about what I want to change here, all of the materials being used currently. Hold on, but I've messed something up. Yep, I've certainly messed it up. What was I saying? Though I did, you know, make a big point about how I want to change a lot of the materials and stuff, and design choices about the building. We're not bothering with that just yet. Oh, I'm a fool. What a fool I am. I had the wrong wood. That is, kind of part of the issue. Is that it just don't make sense what's happening here. Um, Having two different kinds of wood like pressed right up against each other feels really weird to me. Like visually, it doesn't seem like that's a good choice. Um, I might be alone in that. I don't know, but that is how I feel about the matter, and it just feels like something you wouldn't really do or see done in these sorts of constructions. Duck oak is next. We'll put the scaffolding away until we need it. Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah. I do have. So, in total, this place actually uses 3 different types of wood. Um, the logs, there's, room to um, I feel like that can be justified. That's fine, I think. But the rest of it seems a bit silly. Having the spruce and jungle included in both in plank form, little strange. Little strange. That's not possible. It's not possible what's been done here. How could this be? I've probably miscounted something. Let's just check to make sure my spacing is correct, and then we will check the actual construction and make sure I haven't messed up anything there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so that's for the right amount. We can assume, probably. Oh, you know what? I messed up. I looked at that torch as a reference point. Torch is not a reference point. The scaffolds are the reference points. So this needs to actually come back about here. The stair will go there. And now, once more, everything makes sense. Just break down the mistake and place it back in here. Throw our logs on this side. Top those off with that, and then we need our spruce planks. All right, that is the base level complete. All right. Oh, accidentally dropped my schematic for a second. Another level of spruce here. Doors will go there, and I believe I had them oriented this way. Okay, yep, that's right. Because I had the stone pressure plates on one side, wood pressure plates on the other, matching those materials. And then we have some stairs to put in. All right. And then outside we've got our fence. And in the original design for this building, they had gates here, but I don't like doing gates in a 2x2 because unlike doors where you get double doors, with gates you just get two independent gates and it's clunky and I don't like it. I don't like having the post in the middle effectively where you can't walk through. If you could basically have doors at a half scale, that would be perfect. But that's not how it works in the game, so we're just gonna bypass that part because I'm not a fan. Whoops. Some more fence there. And then we're gonna throw in also fence here. Fill in the spaces with spruce. Now, we might replace those with glass panes. We might. But I'm also thinking about it. This is effectively a work building. It is a wood storage building where we're bringing in, you know, heavy materials and sorting them out and stuff like that. And if you had glass panes in that kind of a place, you're going to be breaking glass all the time. Guy carrying a log turns around, smashes a window. Terrible. Um, Obviously, that's not how Minecraft works, but you know, we kind of think about it in that way sometimes. Because it's about the design of the place. It's about how it would feel if it were an actual location. Not just how it is in the video game. All right. This whole thing with the stairs, I think is something I'm going to replace. I might just turn it into more of a standard wood construction with some elements of stone included, but incredible. Let's go ahead and just get rid of that. We don't want that kind of nonsense going on in our stream. All right. It's looking good so far, other than the design decisions that we were already mentioning. But we'll deal with those momentarily. Or in time, not momentarily. All right. I apologize for all the stopping and starting. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Because I'm just bad at thinking. Never quite figured out how to do it properly. I need to make sure I'm looking at this the right way. struggling to make sense of this schematic at times. All right. Yes, I'm doing this properly. At least I think I am. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. I definitely should have looked at how I had it laid out, because I don't remember offhand. You know, I think I might have I just did that. That's what I did. I'm almost positive. Because I had chest here, and then chest here, space for signs and stuff. Chest here, space for signs and stuff. Did I? Hold on. I might have had the windows one over. So I think I had a chest right up against. Let's see, because that would get me 1, 2. I need to be able to get 3. So yeah, I've absolutely done this wrong. And we will fix that just like so. So it'd be like that, like that. Pop this out. Forget about that part. This and that. Okay, so we have chest, space, chest, space, chest. That's 3. And then 3 more on the other side. 6. That is all of our different types of wood. The one thing I kind of regret about how I've laid out the grove is that I didn't leave space for growing bamboo, which is something I wanted to do. Because part of the reason the grove is so far away from everything, it's kind of out of the way, because the trees take up a lot of space. It breaks off sight lines and everything like that. So, you know, if you're building a little area like back where my house is, where we've got the tavern being constructed and stuff like that, having all these trees blocking the view would be kind of an impediment, and bamboo is right there with them. Bamboo gets very tall, and it just kind of feels like it gets in the way visually. Now, in a place like the Grove, set aside specifically for these kinds of things, it would be perfect. It would be a perfect opportunity for it. And then bamboo could be used to make all kinds of things. Scaffolding, I think sticks, you know. It's a great thing that would be incredibly useful, just like all the different types of trees. But unfortunately, we don't have that opportunity without some reconfiguring or planning, possibly adding on a secondary section somewhere. You know, obviously I can't do anything here because all the buildings are on this side. But thinking about it now, what I could possibly do in the future is make a little bamboo section of the grove right over here. You know, maybe clear out this hill a little bit, push it back, cut it down, all that stuff, and put in some bamboo there. And that might be nice. That might be the way to do it. We'll have to give it some thought, maybe, if we can figure out how to do such a thing. But in the meantime, it's not a high priority. It's not a concern. So I'm actually going to start some scaffolding here. As we move into the next layer. Now, here they've got their janky stone decoration. You know, calling it janky might be a little rude. It just feels clunky to me, but I can also see kind of the design of it as that, a decorative element. So I just feel like it doesn't work super well uh, in the way they've implemented, because it's like they kind of half did it, right? Um, it feels like like here, this part, this is great. I like doing this kind of a thing with the stone or with stairs, but elements like this I don't like. Like these should be level with one another, I feel like. I don't know why they're not. Um Honestly, shoot, you know what? If we're gonna make any changes of this sort, maybe now is the time. Because I'm looking at this now, and it feels like this is just like this layer of stone on the back is just a mistake. It feels like a mistake. So we're going to treat it like it is a mistake by fixing the error. Because again, I do like this kind of a design. I think it looks neat. I just think it was implemented improper. Now, I don't like this part. Here's the part I don't like. Actually, let's get this in first, and then we'll look at what I was just about to say. Okay. So what I was gonna say is what I don't like is the way this was not here. I feel like when I was looking at it, it felt like there wasn't going to be anything there. So I had to move that, put that in place to make sure I was seeing it properly. All right, so now we've got that in line, all arranged properly as it should be. Now, this part is the part I don't, because they do this, this, this. I feel like if you were doing like a large stone construction and you use that to make, elements of a pattern, I think that would be great. That would be really good looking, probably. But here on this building, I feel like it doesn't make sense. I'm not a huge fan of it. Now continuing. So in the normal construction, with this up here, it would have come out one further and wrapped around the side here. We're not going to do that. What we are going to do is we're going to include the overhangs on the windows. All right. Now, looking at it this way, what if I did this? What if I just made the whole front have that? In fact, maybe what if I did this? Because we do have some extra stairs, so we can afford to do this. What if I did that? Maybe that looks good. We're going to go with that for now. It might change as we continue, but for now, that's what we've got. Now, another thing I wanted to think about is opening up windows on the back, because we have windows between all the chests, and we have a chest that's going to go there, We have chest that's going to go there. I'll just do this. So I don't know if I had left this element in the old design, but that doesn't fit now that I'm thinking about it, because we're going to have these chests stacked 3 high, and you just wouldn't be able to look out a window there. Kind of the same situation here, but I could do, since I don't have a door in the middle, I could do a window right here. Do I want to do that? Just do one of these. Pop in fence posts. We'll leave it for now. I am probably going to change the fence posts out for... Maybe I'll just have openings. Maybe I'll do something else for a window. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll do iron bars or something. Who knows? But I don't think I'm going to leave it as the wood. Because I don't think it looks particularly good. I mean... when you have it used between wood pieces, you know, or full blocks rather, as opposed to stairs where it actually connects, I think it looks good there. When you have at least 2 of them, where you've kind of got the, you know, it kind of looks like a sort of a window thing. I think it works. For a single window where you don't have the connecting beams between that, like, if we had this and like that, if that's the window, I think that can look fine. It does still block so much of the view that I'm not super into it, but I think it's something we can work with. Now, let's see here. I need to get... I didn't bring any of the chests or anything. I did bring all the furnaces. Let me just grab the chests. We'll start putting those in as well. We're not going to put all the contents in until we are finished, but... So, it is a very packed space. Hold on. Oh, it's because I didn't... this is only supposed to be single double chest, because we would actually have furnaces below this one. And... oh. Again, that's some of that technical difficulties I mentioned before. Apparently some of the HiVECORE members earlier were having issues with being disconnected and having to just rejoin. So we're just going to try to jump back in. And maybe we'll be in. All right. So furnaces just like that. How am I still... how am I still missing chests? Oh, because the actual chests are here. That completely eluded me. The fact that the actual chests I was supposed to be using were still in use to store the stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to put... I guess we're going to hold on to these sticks, because I just don't have the means to put them in here. No room. But, yeah. Alright. So, chests up there. And then we'll have our signs. So let's see. Let's have it in line. You're entering here. So on the left, you've got oak. Oak. On the right, you've got acacia. Then next we have birch and spruce. Birch on the left, spruce on the right. And then in the back we have jungle. And dark oak. And that is our layout of the grove. And we have the signs so that when you come in here, you can look at the signs, find the trees you need, and grab the components you want. And then I also had this labeled. I don't... We'll just do coal and other, because I was putting the sticks in there. And in case there is anything else of the sort that I would need to put in these containers, in that container, then I will be able to. And then, as before, we will load up all the furnaces, which are here for processing logs into charcoal, because that is a very important aspect of what the grove offers. Now it's going to be logs, planks, saplings. Do we have acacia saplings? We have spruce saplings. We have birch saplings. Dark oak. And jungle. And the reason that I had them arranged in that order of logs on top, saplings on the bottom, is because that felt like that was in order of what you would need most is at eye level. You know, you're typically going to have a level camera in this game, so at eye level, you're going to get your planks. Just above that, you're going to have your logs, because I feel like those are the second most useful, and so it's going to be right up from there, because it feels, I guess in my mind, it feels more natural to look up than look down. And then at the bottom, you're going to have all the saplings, which that's only there in case you want to plant that type of tree somewhere. So not something that most people are going to use on a regular basis, in my mind. All right. And you know what? If we're doing this, then I guess we're going to do that as well. I don't think we are going to do this. I don't think we're going to keep these overhangs. Just in general, I don't like how it looks at the moment, so we're going to get rid of all of them. And just go with that. I think that'll look better. I think it'll look cleaner. Because we already have kind of the stone providing a decorative element on the base level, which I think is plenty. And we will have a bit of an overhang on the front and the back from the roof. So I think... Whoops. I hit a button on my headphones. So we'll have a bit of an overhang on the front and the back from the roof, as well as on the sides, just like the office building does. It sticks out one block in all directions with the roof, so I think we'll be fine. Now, here's where it gets interesting because normally we would have the next layer, which would be another layer of spruce around the side, around all sides, a little bit more of that overhang on the front, made out of stairs. Then we would move on to a little section where there's that little gap at the top. I can only assume there must be something to that. That design must play into the architecture in some way. I'm just not familiar with the style, I suppose, that they're going for with the schematic. So, um, it's not something that I recognize. So I think I'm going to forego that. Sorry, I got distracted just looking at this building. I'm thinking about it for a second. I feel like I could do that differently. I kind of do like having the upside down stair on the inside of the on the edge of the roof there, but at the same time, I also kind of don't like it. But if I didn't do that, no, you know what? I think that's the best way to handle it because it kind of maintains the gradual incline of the roof on that side, and it gets the, you know, you have something there for topping off with the panels, um, the thin panels. Um, all right, so I mentioned I was going to drop the roof down. I was going to cut out a section of the building and kind of do that. So that's what we're doing now. I'm just looking at the schematic to figure out the best way to do this, where exactly to, what part to get rid of effectively. Um, I think I figured it out. So, kind of mirroring the bottom level where we've got the logs going across, we're going to do that here. And I've been thinking about this. I think it's something I'm just going to do later. But I think similar to how I have logs being kind of the main posts there, I'm going to replace the corners with logs later to have kind of the main frame of the building, and also maybe have logs in the middle. But have sort of the main frame of the building be logs, because I think that looks good. I like how it looks. Um, so that might be what I do. Now on the front of the building, we just have some spruce. On the back of the building, now on the front of the building, they wanted to do more with the stairs. On the back, they have spruce, but I'm just going to do spruce on both parts. Because I don't want to do some funky overhang situation unless it's part of the roof directly. And in this way, it wasn't. It was just a weird inclusion of stairs filling in a spot that otherwise wouldn't be seen. In this case, it would be seen, but also also what was I saying? But also, I just don't like how it would look, so we're not gonna do that. I want to do this weird situation. I just had a very strange design on this that I'm kind of just ignoring. And you know what? I don't even know why I did those logs now that I think about it, because on that section, they're completely covered up. So maybe it would be better to put those logs here. Because I don't want to make this any shorter. Obviously, like, I have to have a space here. The interior had a flat ceiling. I don't think I'm going to do that this time because I want to keep it feeling very open. Similar to this, where like it's got a bit of a slope to the inside there. I think I'm going to do something like this, where you have kind of the interior of the roof visible from the inside of the building. Maybe I'll just start the roof one block higher. Well, you know what? Actually, the logs kind of work because you do see it from the inside. So I think we're good as is. And we're just going to kind of match the style of the roof that we have on the office building, just with the border of stone that the schematic included for this building. So I'm going to kind of frame out the roof here real quick. There is one side. And I'm doing it this way because once I finish up with this, then I won't need the stone blocks anymore. I'll just need the wood. So I'll be changing materials less, which will make it a little bit easier on me. All right, so we've got the roof framed out. Now, the spruce is going to come in here like this. Just like that. And that is going to be just on the edges. On the sides, rather. The ends of the building. I think that more clearly says what I was trying to say. And then we will do the stairs, which we used spruce stairs. I guess we did. I guess that is what we used. And we'll just kind of go down the line here like this. And fill it in. And I'm probably going to need to get more spruce. More spruce stairs because I don't think I'm going to have enough to do the interior, because the insides of it before didn't have the inverted stairs for the underside of the roof, because the inside previously of the roof was entirely unseen because it was hidden behind a pointless attic, just a wasted space in the construction. which I really didn't like, which is why I'm not doing it this time. But yeah, you can see I'm running out of blocks there. So that's all the spruce I have. But that is the roof done. That is... I can get rid of these now because the building is effectively finished. I just need to put in these stairs on the interior of the roof to kind of match the style there. Now, the front of this does feel really bland. We're gonna figure out something to spice it up later on. Maybe I'll do it with logs, using logs to kind of break up the monotony a little bit. Since I'm already planning to do the corners, sort of the frame of the building, maybe I'll also use logs to frame the entryway. While we're here, I'm going to replace that with spruce as well. Completely cut the jungle elements out of this building because I don't like them in the slightest. I need 2 of these. Now, the rest of these, a lot of these blocks are just unused pieces now. The spruce I'm going to hang on to because I am probably going to use that to make more stairs. And the jungle, I just need to put in a chest in here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Honestly, I don't like this weird 2-block stone transition, so I might just replace that with stone bricks, the whole thing. Because the base of this building is already stone bricks anyway, so having it match makes sense to me. I didn't have any stone bricks left, but I could make some. I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 12. I need 12 stone brick blocks. And then I'm going to need 2 stone pressure plates. So those oak pressure plate, spruce pressure plates I just made are completely going to waste because I am undoing this whole situation. So there's that. Don't need that. I need I don't. What I need is... Did I just make that other stone? No, that's going to be replaced with log anyway. So you know what? For now, these corners will remain, whoops, a horrific hidden secret of me just leaving behind blocks that I don't like, that I won't keep there, but they serve a purpose for the time being. All right, so this, I think that looks much better. We're going to need to get our light situation in here, but first, we're going to need to figure out how much... It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 60. I need 60 stairs. that was about perfect. I think that is as close to perfect as I could get in that situation because it makes them, what, 6 at a time? All right, and then I'll just need to probably go back and grab my scaffolding. The placement, the way placements of scaffolding works is such a pain. It never seems to work how I want it to. Like, why do I have to fight it? Just work in a way that makes sense, please. All right. So then, we'll go ahead and do that. I fell down. There we go. Got steps all the way across so we won't fall down unless we mess up. All right, now the thing is all about lighting. We need to figure out how we're doing lighting in here, which I did it before with these hanging soul lamps. The only thing is I need to figure out how to do it in such a way that it doesn't look bad, right? Because I can just attach a chain like that, and it's like, it's not great. It's really not great. It's kind of okay. It's not floating as much as I thought it would be. So, you know what, maybe that will be okay. But I think we need to have the lights a bit further in. Let's try this. And we'll see if, like, right here... Oh yeah, that's way too dark. Stuff will definitely spawn in here. If I'm remembering this correctly. Now, I think the previous build had the roof right there, so I think the lamps were coming down one lower. So I might just need to make more chains. I also need to put up my lighting out here. Actually do like that. I think that'll look better. That'll look good. And, wow, apparently these things don't provide very good light at all, which is a real shame because I want blue lights, but I don't want monsters to spawn. So it's kind of a conundrum, I suppose. But at the same time, I don't know if it's a conundrum I'm all that worried about. I will go ahead and go to my house and see about getting more iron to make chains. There's a lot of creepers posted up on this little area here. They're just waiting for me. Okay, it doesn't look like I have any spare chains already. I'm gonna grab these rails because I will need them eventually. Because the rails are sort of what are used to look like sort of the tie down for the logs stored outside, which I don't have any of yet. I have a little bit of in at the mill, but I don't have it for the storage building yet. I'll also have to see about putting up a sign for the storage building, because I don't think I have a sign on the front of it yet. And also, I think what I might do is I might replace this single sign with a signpost that will also point to Cat City and to Neff's area and all that stuff. Now, I'm not going to leave this here, probably. But I wanted to... Oops, I don't think I needed to put an extra one there. The idea is to kind of do like this. And that is to make it look like the logs are tied down. But again, not keeping it here because this is for the storage building. And also, you know, those aren't logs that would be tied down and left there. Those are logs that were, you know, if you think about it, those were just processed. Now, I need to make some chains, so we're going to jump in here. I think bringing them down one each should be good. I think that should be all I need. Where in the world did that go? Oh, it's up there. These lanterns just jump like crazy when you break them. Now, I think if I use normal lanterns, I wouldn't have to bring them down so low to feel like they're lighting up the area as much. It's still not lighting it up enough to keep it safe from spawns, but I don't know. It feels a little bit better. Alright, so that's the wood storage building. We will polish it up a little bit more in the future. Maybe replace all the standard wood with oak. Maybe leave the spruce rooftop, or maybe we'll replace the oak in this with spruce and replace the roof with something else. I don't know. Let's see. Now that that's done, why don't we see... Let's go see what we need for... I'm gonna sort things out in kind of a weird way because I'm just trying to make sense of stuff in my mind right now. My mind is a strange place where things don't always make sense. Get the leaf stealer. I need some oak, and while I'm at it, I'm going to use the leaf stealer to try to get some extra saplings because it has an enchantment that'll increase the likelihood of that happening. Alright. What is this? Normally I have a much easier way of counting out materials, but I don't quite have that benefit in the way that I'm looking at this. So I'm going to do this in a bit of a slightly stranger way. By counting out manually instead. Okay, so we've got our materials set aside now. We're going to try to make sense of how this is supposed to be constructed. We've got 2 blocks before the water. Um, so we're going to have to actually add to this slightly. Maybe I'll add an extra one just because I think that'll work better. So, oops, out of here, come out like this. And you know, if I had thought about it, I might have made it 1 block closer to the water, but this is fine. And we're going to try to make sense of this schematic, because it sounds a bit weird to me, the way that this is designed, but we're going to go with it and see how it turns out. I'm not quite sure what the point is of having signs all over it, but that is a part of the design, so we're just going to go with it. Let's see. So seeing it kind of coming together, I think I'm starting to get it. Oops, want that there. Still don't understand the point of the signs. Feel like it would be better if maybe you could at least rotate them to be sideways instead of same direction as all the others. Let's see. Okay, I need to. So in here. That's 1 there, 2 there. Then this is gonna have. Shoot. Just gonna do this. So this is gonna have 1 there. This is gonna come down here. That'll have a sign as well. So it's trying to look like a water wheel, and I get, you know, it kind of accomplishes that. It's not. Why would that be there, but not on any of the others? Nope, it's because I'm looking at it backwards. There we go. So we've kind of got our water wheel. I stuck it out an extra block further because I was thinking it would look weird if the fences connect with the dirt. So it's just a really chunky water wheel. I wonder if maybe having something like this might make it look better. I think that does. I think that helps a little bit. And then maybe I could even put in some stairs to make that look a little bit smoother. Ultimately, there's only so much you can do in Minecraft. There's only so much you can accomplish with what you're given. But you know, you've made it work decently well. I didn't include a sign for the mill, but I'm going to anyway. Originally, I wasn't going to because I was like, well, it's a lumber mill. It speaks for itself. It doesn't need a sign to tell you what it is. But, you know, why not? We'll just do... Let's do it like this. And then we're going to cut down another... What is this? Oak. Gonna cut down another oak tree. You know what? Since that's using oak, maybe I will eventually replace the spruce in this with oak. I think that would be fun. And it will keep them looking like they go together. There's no way it's been enough days for those guys yet. I mean, obviously it must have been, but it sure doesn't feel like it. Process all this wood. Make some stairs. Put everything else in here. Sticks in here. Then we'll go place these stairs. And that'll be at Atlan Grove. With the exception of, you know, some renovations needing to be done. Cleaning up the designs of some of the buildings and such. Atlan Grove will be complete. There we go. So we've got kind of a wheel on the side there. I think that makes it look less weird sticking out so far. I just really don't want to have, even though you largely wouldn't notice it because it is a single one, I don't like the idea of it connecting to the dirt. I just really don't want that, so we'll have it just as it is there. I think it works out just fine. Surprisingly, everything that we've done today took almost the full 2 hours that I was planning to go. I am planning to leave this as a bit of a shorter stream, just doing 2 hours instead of the full 3 that I would normally do. I'm going to move these lamps over one space each. So I think that will look a little bit better. Instead of being right on the edge. You know, it's pushed in a little bit. All right, so I think what I want to do is take some elements of this and take some elements of this and give them to each other. Like there's the wood framing that I want to include on this. And I think using the stone bricks, I'll replace the cobblestone here. But also maybe try to do some elements of like this stuff and that. Like maybe I'll corner this with stone bricks. Frame the roof with stone bricks. I don't think I'm going to do this part because this building isn't really tall enough for it. But yeah, I think framing the roof with the stone bricks will help kind of break up the color difference issues I'm having. And then obviously replacing the wood in this with oak, I think will look a lot better. All right, so with that, I mean, I've basically got everything done that I need at the Grove, so I'm gonna do a couple runs to bring stuff back to my house because I don't need to have all these crafting materials and stuff at the Grove. Did that fall into... Oh, there we go. It is in my inventory. It wasn't when I looked a second ago. All right. So we'll just do a couple runs back to my house, bring some supplies back from the Grove that are no longer needed here. And then afterwards, we'll go ahead and wrap up our stream. Do just a shorter 2-hour one because I just wanted to do... I just wanted to clean up the Grove. I didn't want to do too much else. I know I've got the Spire of Ascuron up above Jamie's house that I started plotting out forever ago and started collecting materials for forever ago and never got around to actually building it. We talked about that a little bit on the last stream with some of the other members of Project HiVECORE. So maybe I'll do that next time. Also, maybe we will work more on the tavern next time. We'll see how it goes. No strict plans, just some loose thoughts on what comes next. All right, so miscellaneous blocks. It's going to be all of this stuff. The block of iron actually isn't going to go in there because these guys are going to be annoying. Arrows are equipment. Doors, fences, signs, fences, cobblestone. Miscellaneous items, that's going to be that, 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 and that. Miscellaneous block. Equipment. Block. Metal. Food. Crafting table. All miscellaneous equipment, just like chests and beds. The stone cutter I'm going to put back in my house. Previously lived here. Let's throw that right there. And we'll run back to the grove, get everything that's left, and then return. All right, so one thing I wanted to bring up is that when I was doing my schedule for this week, I completely forgot that there was a release for 1D&D recently, a playtest release, going over uh, another class and some other things. So tomorrow I had scheduled to do Stranded Deep. I've been trying to do that stream for a few weeks now. We're gonna push it back again because what I want to do is I want to do another discussion stream about that 1D&D playtest while it's still pretty fresh in people's minds. So we can go over, talk about everything that they include in there, and see how 1D&D is shaping up so far. Otherwise, after that, on the schedule, I have Alan Wake, which is I mentioned in my control stream the last week. I really wanted to start playing because it is related to Control. They are set in the same universe, and there is some crossover in one of the DLCs for Control. So before I go further with Control, I want to play through Alan Wake and then eventually finish Control because Alan Wake 2 will be coming, I believe, 2023, maybe, might be another year, I'm not sure, but I think it's coming out in 2023. And I'm very excited for that because I am a huge fan of that game series. After playing the first game and the follow-up American Nightmare, which was sort of not a direct, sequel or anything as much as like a sort of a side story, but cool all the same. Um, I'm not sure if I have these in the appropriate orientation. I'm not too worried about it just yet. Hold on, what am I doing? That would be there. No. Hold on, what am I doing? Let's see. I gotta take these all out. Throw a scaffold in there as well. I need to actually look at these because I'm gonna lose my mind otherwise. So 0, 0. Okay, so this is here. That's -1, 0. Here's 0, 1, 0. 0, 1. 1 minus 1. Minus 1. 1. 1, 1. 0, 0. Okay. I really struggled with orienting these previously because I couldn't remember which way the coordinates went. And I was struggling to figure it out, but there we go. You know what? Right before we finish this out, let's go see how this server's world is shaping up. Because just over here near the spawn, we've got a little Nova Swarm subway station that has the entire world map so far. All right. So they have included another map there and a map here that I have yet to get. Let's see. There's only one empty map. There's only one empty map, and we don't have a copy of this map, so I'll just hold off on it for now. But yeah, this is what our world looks like so far. You can see currently you're right here. This is the little spawn area where the tavern is right around here. The fighting arena is over here. And then my area is down here with Jammy right next door. The Spire of Ascuron will be at the top of that hill. Atlan Grove's way over here, which you can see little elements of it on the map there. It's not super clear because this is very zoomed out, so you lose a lot of detail. What I might do is get a map of the local area later on to post up at the Grove, so you can kind of see the bird's eye view of what it looks like there. But yeah, this is it. Vector previously was posted up here, but I think he's been looking to move. Nefeltanen up here in Nef City. Cat City, where Meg is posted up. Again, me and Galaxy Jamwich right next door. Dragon Durant lives right near Spawn, where he's got his he's working on a little project there. And Nova Swarm is far away over here, but they are connected through this subway as well as through another network. But that's the server so far. In case you're new to the server or it's just been a while since you've seen the map, that's how it's all shaping up so far. But that's going to be it for this stream. Everyone who's come by, everyone who's been lurking, anyone who's checking out the VOD, I appreciate you guys coming by. And again, thank you, Cookie, for the follow earlier in the stream. And stay tuned in the future for more Minecraft and other games, as well as some TTRPG content. And have a good one, everybody.